Welcome to Saturday's mid-morning meditation. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as Princess Leia learned to do in the events following Return of the Jedi, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any point during this morning's live stream you have a question about meditation or philosophy or even chanting, do not be shy. Simply type your question in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's see. Nowhere just joined. Well, welcome aboard. Let's take a gander at chapter 17th of the Tao Te Ching, translated by Rosemary Anderson, adapted and amplified by yours truly. Whoops, let's keep hitting this microphone. Great rulers are unnoticed by the people, the next best are loved and praised. Why are the great rulers unnoticed? Because they tread the path of yin. The next best are feared, the next best are scorned. Why are the foolish feared and scorned? Because they tread the path of yang. When trustworthiness declines, trust is not returned. Be cautious, spare your words. Fear is the engine that drives the descent into yang. May our words and deeds therefore inspire peace, the root of yin. So, good morning. I'm chanting from the 17th chapter of the Tao Te Ching. Do you have any questions about that?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Okay.
I just didn't catch what you just said earlier.
So I'm chanting from the Tao Te Ching. Do you have any philosophical questions about that book?
What is the book called?
Tao Te Ching.
Tao Te Ching. Ooh, I've never heard of that.
It's the second most read book, second only to the Bible.
Really?
So I'm going to read from it and offer an explanation, and if you have any questions, speak up. Sound good? By the way, what's your name?
Oh, name's Mabu.
Mabu, nice to meet you. My name is Jigme.
Nice to meet you.
So
Yeah,
the 9th and 10th verses read, allow tasks and deeds completed, thought natural in everyone's doing. So my commentary is the price of glory is yang. The price of yin is obscurity. Always choose yin. So in other words, what's being told here is not to boast about how awesome we are, but just to do what we do and let our actions speak for themselves. Have you any questions on that?
actually, no, it makes sense. I've read bits of philosophy myself.
Fabulous.
Yeah, especially from Book of Five Rings. I read that book recently. It's a great book.
Is that's Japanese, isn't it?
Yes, Miyamoto Musashi.
Did he also write the Art of War? No, that's someone else.
Sun Tzu.
Lao Tzu. That's Chinese. So
Yes.
Five Rings is Japanese.
Five Rings is Japanese, and so is the Unfettered Mind, which is the monk that taught Musashi Buddhism.
Oh, fabulous. That's interesting.
Yeah, I haven't read that book yet, but I want to get into it soon.
So let me write that down. The unfettered mind. Can you tell me how to spell the monk's name?
I completely forgot the author.
No worries. I promise not to judge you. I'm far too lazy for that.
On Google, there's probably different variations on,
The
who
spelling.
wrote it. Because there's probably translations based off the author.
Right.
But originally it was written in Japanese.
Fabulous. Well, let me check my screen. So I gotta do 60 seconds worth of housekeeping real quick for my friends on the Tube app. So bear with me.
I'll bear with you, no worries.
Okay, thanks. Let's see. I gotta click the OBS button. No, I gotta click button number 6. Every 12 hours, at least every 12 hours, if not more, less, I do I broadcast a live meditation class without any ads. With your help, this channel could help to support the next generation of nuns, monks, yogis, lamas, and even brick-and-mortar meditation centers, each replete with a resident teacher and their apprentice. If this speaks to you and it sounds like a good idea and you'd like to help out, even for as little as the cost of 1 cup of coffee a month, you could use your smartphone to capture, I'm not sure how to do this. You use your smartphone to capture this QR code, or simply scroll down and click one of the donation links in the description area below the video. For my clock friends, you can always skedaddle over to the links on my profile. Okay, now I can't say Moby because he's a pop singer. I forgot your first name again?
Mine? Oh, Mabu.
Mabu. Is that from the Indian subcontinent?
Huh?
Is that from India?
No, I'm actually not Indian. That's just a nickname most people call me by.
That'll work. I've got a nickname too. It's Shithead. You don't have to call me that. So let's see. I hit 6. I'm gonna hit button 9 now. And quick like a bunny, I'm gonna perform a very short chant for universal compassion, which prevents me, it could hurt. It's good for training the brain. So here we go. May all beings master the Tao of simplicity, patience, and compassion, that each may be spontaneous, carefree, and at ease. And that's the end of my chanting. That's what most people are grateful for. So typically what I'd like to do is lead people in meditation. Do you have any background in meditation?
I actually do. In martial arts, we practice it.
What style of martial arts do you play with?
Taekwondo. It's very traditional.
Right.
Old school Taekwondo.
Is Taekwondo still in the Olympics?
Yes, Taekwondo is still in the Olympics.
Nice.
It's very more modernized, more sport-like. It's not like some of the traditional aspects that they have. It's still practiced, but not demonstrated much these days.
It's a lot of fun.
It's plenty of fun.
There are many schools of meditation. Which style of meditation do you like practicing?
We practice where we sit with our legs crossed and we have our hands on our knees, keep our back straight, and just close your eyes. Just concentrate on breathing. Breathing in through your nose for as much as you can, and breathing out, controlling your breathing. When it comes to meditation, you do not want to breathe with your lungs. You don't want to breathe where you're breathing air and just filling your lungs up. That is not meditation breathing. You want to breathe with your tantra or your hara. This is what allows your energy to flow. Yep.
Excellent.
In Japanese, I do practice 2 sword martial arts, and Iaido is a Zen practice. So even when you're breathing, you don't want to, breathe to fill your lungs up. You breathe with your hara.
Right.
That's what they call it in Japanese.
Like Mr. Miyagi in The Karate Kid.
Yes, 100%.
Exactly. My first meditation teachers were Chinese Qigong masters. So they were very big on that. Excellent.
Very big.
So I'm going to give everybody else a quick update or a quick refresher on meditation. I'm not my intention to insult your intelligence at all, but I'm going to meditate. Would you care to meditate with me?
Sure.
Fabulous. So for everybody else, there's a physical and a mental aspect to meditation. And I'm all in favor of KISS. The rock band's great, but I'm talking about keeping it simple, silly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit up nice and straight and tall. Every time we breathe in, we're going to sit up as tall as we can. We're going to do our best to allow our face to generate a subtle Mona Lisa smile with the crow's feet of our eyes, the apples of our cheeks, the corners of our mouth. We don't want to go full-on Joker. That's a little too much. We want to breathe with our lower abdomen, known by some as the Hara, known by others as the Dantian, at least in China.
It's called a tantrum.
Right. Not to be confused with a tantrum. That's completely different. So you want to sit with your legs crossed comfortably. And the key is not to force your knees, but to rotate with your hip sockets. Now remember, we do not meditate to sit. We sit to meditate. So if the meditation posture doesn't work for you, make adjustments to it. There is no virtue in ignoring our body's pain. Pain evolved as a survival instinct. We ignore pain. We ignore minor pain at the threat of greater pain. We ignore greater pain at the threat of energy. At the threat of injury. And nobody needs that. We have enough suffering. No one here has a suffering deficiency. I'm pretty sure of it. So when one position is uncomfortable, make subtle adjustments. I know after 30 minutes, I use my Zafu. It's something to look forward to, actually. So that's the physical aspect. Now let's talk about the mental aspect. As we breathe in, we mentally recite, notice this. As we exhale, we mentally recite, relaxing. We are wired in such a way that every inhale accesses our sympathetic nervous system, which is wired for sensory acuity to allow us to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. The external and the internal, the physical and the mental, the pleasurable and the painful, the interesting or the boring, the glorious and the grotesque. So we're not practicing concentration, but mindfulness. So concentration is the path of yang. Mindfulness is the path of yin. So we're not choosing what to focus on. We are just surrendering and being vulnerable to perception, which can be scary. Fortunately, every time we breathe out, we are wired to access our parasympathetic nervous system, which is wired for both physical relaxation and mental release. So here's the cool thing. I'm a card-carrying member of the Lazy Bastard Association. And when meditation is done properly, all we're doing is aligning our will with our factory installed instructions, our wiring of our autonomic nervous system. And that might not seem like a big deal to a salamander, but for big primates such as ourselves with big old complicated brains, that is huge. So, long story short, as you breathe in, sit up straight, breathe with your lower belly. As you breathe in, mentally recite, notice this. As you breathe out, mentally recite, relaxing. And you'll notice on my background, it's actually written, notice this, relaxing. That's what I like to call crib notes. Okay. Having said that, it is 14 minutes after the hour. Cowabunga. And I just got some love from Kata. Thank you very much. Right back at you. There are many flavors of meditation. In the Mahamudra tradition, eyes are not wide open, but they're not tightly closed. Your eyes are relaxed, your gaze is pointed approximately towards the earth, 45 degrees in front of you. 45 degrees in front of you, but you don't have to be precise. Closed eyes makes it easy to fall asleep if you're meditating for an hour. Wide eyes open can make you super anxious. Eyes at half mast either make you look stoned or it is the middle path. The choice is yours. Now, concentration is great if you're trying to get your energy up and for some sort of explosive event. But to harmonize with the Tao, to apply the teachings of the Tao Te Ching or the Eightfold Path of the Buddha, mindfulness replaces concentration. Just different tools for different jobs. No need to insult any tradition. One of the cool things you can sometimes see in the more authentic martial arts movies is a master is depicted as never staring directly at his target, because foveal vision uses a different neural pathway than peripheral vision, also known in Korean as distant mountain viewing. So the distant mountain viewing...
And Japanese as well. In Japanese, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just want to go based off what you just said about the far mountain viewing. There is also a saying in Japanese. It's called sentinel set. See the big picture.
Right.
See beyond the great mountain.
Fabulous. So to do that, you actually have to switch neurologies from our foveal vision to our peripheral vision. Foveal vision supports living in our basal ganglia. Peripheral vision, sort of like the ladder that takes us up to our anterior cingulate gyrus, our seat of empathy. So when our basal ganglia is in partnership with our prefrontal cortex, we can be remarkably clever. But if we want to be wise, the prefrontal cortex has to be in partnership with anterior cingulate gyrus, our seat of empathy, different part of the brain. So it's easy to get out of our basal ganglia as going from foveal vision, and by the way, if you're in a fight with someone and they start looking at you through their eyebrows, they're getting ready to hit you. So if you can go from, I kill you sort of neurology up into a peripheral vision, all of a sudden you're much more resourceful. It's like, hey, yeah, I don't like your opinion, but why don't I buy you lunch and we can sit down and talk about movies. It's amazing how much more resourceful you get just by shifting how the body gives us access to the neurology, which gives us access to different parts of our mind. You've probably heard this before. To a novice, a punch and a kick to a complete novice, a punch and a kick are nothing. To a intermediate student, a punch and a kick or everything. But to a master, once again, a punch and a kick have become nothing. They don't have to think about them. And because they don't have to think about the techniques, they can flow and allow the techniques to flow through them like water through a hose, which is completely different from being hosed. Now let's continue. Welcome to Goofball Meditation. One of the wonderful things about traditional Eastern higher martial arts is the mind-body connection. And warriors were taught to fight, but they were also taught to meditate. Sadly, in present time, in the West, that isn't taught. And it breaks the brain. It creates, it exacerbates post-traumatic stress disorder or creates fertile ground for it to occur. I wish the armed forces of my nation taught meditation to its troopers so that they could become more resilient and be able to unplug and not be forever stuck in fight and flight. when the potential of our autonomic nervous system is exploited, it is as if each human has come with their own built-in therapist, which can really save money on the copay.
All right, great session. I do have to go.
Be well.
Thank you for the meditation. Yeah, it was much needed.
Have a beautiful day, my friend.
Thank you. You too.
Hello, FREEBIES. If you've just joined, during our in-breaths, we're mentally reciting notice this. During our out-breaths, we're mentally reciting relaxing. During each in-breath, we're sitting up tall and trying to breathe with our lower abdomen. We're practicing the courage of vulnerability, allowing whatever thoughts or memories or emotions or perceptions that happen to cartwheel across the stage of our mind. We're not reaching for anything. We're not pushing anything away. We're just noticing as we breathe in and relaxing as we breathe out. Welcome aboard, Joe Mama. Welcome aboard, Bray. So here's what we're doing as as we breathe in. We access mindfulness by silently reciting, "Notice this." As we exhale, we access the meditation of letting go by mentally reciting, "Relaxing." With each breath, with each inhalation, we're sitting up straight and breathing in with our lower belly. All right, Uses 2 has a board. Welcome aboard. If you have any questions, just type away. We're meditating in such a way. We are practicing mindfulness as we breathe in, and we're practicing meditation as we breathe out. Good morning. My name is Lama Jigme. What's your name?
My name's Jacob.
Good morning, Jacob. Do you like meditating?
No.
Oh, well, you've reached a meditation group, but I wish you a beautiful weekend. As we breathe in, we're straightening our posture and breathing in with our lower abdomen. If you've just joined us, oopsie. So I'm going to reach for my trusty Zafu. Which makes me look 4 or 5 inches taller. If you've just joined us on the Tube app and you have any question, when you have questions about meditation or philosophy, type them in great detail in the chat window. And the same holds true for my friends on the Clock app. For my friends on the Clock, well, on my friends my Clock app, you'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen, sideways, it is written, "Notice this relaxing." As we breathe in to practice mindfulness, we mentally recite, "Notice this." And during our out-breath to perform the meditation of letting go, we mentally recite relaxing as we breathe out. During each in-breath, we breathe in with our lower abdomen and try to sit as tall as we can. As we breathe in, we breathe in with our lower abdomen and sit tall. As we breathe in, we mentally recite, notice this. As we breathe out, we mentally recite, relaxing. That's why it's written on the side of the screen. On the clock app, and the bottom of the screen if you're on the tube app. Lion Capone. Well, welcome aboard, Lion Capone. If you have any questions about philosophy or meditation, type them, and I'll be happy to answer them. I'd like to seal this morning's meditation with another brief chant. May all beings master the Tao of simplicity, patience, and compassion, that each may be spontaneous, carefree, and at ease. If you feel I've earned it, give this, type something in the chat window, give this live stream a thumbs up, and if you can, share it on social media. In approximately just a little bit less than 3 hours, I would like to return for Saturday's afternoon meditation. At least it'll be afternoon in my neck of the woods. We'll chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.